Good morning. This is White Raptor News Ministries. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who's one God. There is none like Him. All praise be to Him alone. Give glory to Him. Thank Him for your life, for the soul that He created. He put your soul inside of a flesh suit to teach you. Does anybody here see what I see? I see everything. I know everything when it comes to the 666 system. I see it. It just pops out in front of me. Okay, what do we got? We got 6 flags standing high. Correct? Here. 6 flags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Color guard. Okay. What do we have in the background here? Right there. 1 plus 5 is 6. Right? And we have 3 and 3 right there. 3 plus 3 is 6. But, people just call me a hose head and tell me I don't understand a clue or anything. O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. The home of the brave. We love America. Let's listen.
Is your Armed Forces color guard from our nation's capital.
Okay, now I got to stop this in intervals before it reaches 10 seconds because they probably would let me, excuse me, hold on. They would probably allow me to play this, through, but since my channel is adamantly against government and I'm teaching you that these are the beasts of the field that are created in Genesis 1:25. God creates the beasts of the field, each according to their kinds. Okay? This is what you call the marching dead. This is what you got. These are called the Walking Dead. Hollywood made a movie just for you to understand that they are the Walking Dead. Oh, ain't that? See, everybody on this country. I mean, I am an enemy to the state. I'm an enemy to this country because I don't follow this doctrination. Do you understand that the Colosseums were built and the game was created to keep you distracted? And this energy that everybody falls into, everybody loves the football, the baseball, the sports. Okay, they're just a distraction to keep you from what's most important. Knowing God, knowing the Supreme Spirit. Give me 1 second. Okay, folks, I want you all to know that I served in the armed forces. I served in the Navy. I served proudly, okay? But I'd never tell anybody that today. I didn't serve proudly. Knowing what I know today about the government, I don't serve proudly. Look at these people in ranks here. You know what this is? Okay? You remember the movie Will Smith, I, Robot? That's what these are. They're iRobots. You understand? They're biological robots that have souls in them, but they don't have any spirit of God. These people will take orders and allow themselves to be killed. A soldier. Look at how you spell the word soldier. S-O-L, soul, ger. Shouldn't it be S-O-L-G-E-R? Soldier. Why is it spelled S-O-L-D-I-E-R? Because the soul is in dire straits when you bite into the shit sandwich that our ancestors, those that are in power, those leaders, lie and feed you propaganda. So when they are singing about the home of the brave, they want you to think it's these cats here, these cool cats. These are the braves. They're the ones that are willing to place their life on the line for a piece of dirt, the country, and corrupted officials. And that's what's so sad is I was the same way. When this is why darkness needs to get a hold of our children while they're young, because if we are taught the proper things when we're young, to do what's right when we're young, rather than being in environments where families drink, people are popping pills, everybody's having problems, everybody's going their own way, everybody's doing their own thing, okay? So they're singing the song and they're telling you that they're the land of the free, home of the brave. See, the land of the free and the home of the brave were the North American Indian warriors. That's the brave, okay? Our ancestors, our military, who we are, what we've done, how we've scavenged the land, we're not brave, man. We are murderers. We go into other people's countries and we destroy them. Why? Because we were raised this way. Genesis 1:27 Bible Hub. I'm going to teach you something that you've never been taught before, never heard before. Okay? God created man in his own image. The biblical definition for image is to shade a phantom. It's an illusion, a resemblance, hence a representative figure, especially an idol. So this man, whoever it is, Jesus, who's created on the sixth day, because Jesus is the firstborn. This is the firstborn man. Jesus is the firstborn created in an image of God. Jesus is the image of the God. 1 Colossians 1:15, for the Son, Jesus Christ, is the image. For the Son, Jesus Christ, is the image. So God, Jesus, created him, man, created him, look, self. God, Jesus, created himself, male and female. He created them. A very crafty parable put in your face. So this man that's created in an image is a phantom, and the very word image has the word mage in it, and a mage is a sorcerer who performs what? Illusions. We live in a world of illusions. That's what I'm telling you. I've been telling people that for a long time. How many of you remember the movie The Matrix? Now, this movie was back 23 years ago, so there are kids today, young kids today, that don't know about this movie. They've never seen this movie. They don't understand the movie, and if they watched it, they wouldn't have a clue what it was that they're watching. And I've been trying to share with people that we live in a simulation. So I can't play this or they'll ding me, but I'm going to play through parts of it and give you the gist of the conversation.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan? Okay, so this is Cypher. He is awakened, okay? And he has come out of this world, out of the world that they were in, and he's telling you what's going on.
I know this stake doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. He knows that stake doesn't exist. I'm telling people that you think you're in the flesh. You really think that you're eating a piece of meat. You really think that you're drinking water. You think all of that, but it's all an illusion of the mind, of the lower mind, of the flesh.
I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious.
So the Matrix is telling him, well, what's the Matrix? The Matrix is what I told you the other day. The Matrix is a computer. It's a simulation. What we live in is a simulation, folks. Okay? It's a robotic world. It's quite possible that what they're trying to share with us here in this movie is we've come to a place of technology where we've already been here. Where we're going right now today with technology and cloning people and being able to do SNOP scans of people's minds and all of that, we are just history repeating itself. That's all it is. So what if our ancient ancestors, is what I'm saying, long time ago, they were cloning and they were mixing their DNA with beast or whatever it is that the Bible is trying to tell us.
After 9 years, you know what I realized? Ignorance is bliss.
Bam, ignorance is bliss. Folks, this is how they indoctrinate you. I am sorry to tell you right here, right now, that ignorance is not bliss. I'm going to prove it to you right here, right now. Genesis chapter 1, verse 2, Bible Hub. Okay, you got to understand that ignorance. Now the earth was formless and void, and darkness. Here's darkness. Darkness is on the face of the deep. It's over the surface of the deep. The deep is the abyss, folks. And where was Satan thrown down to? He was thrown down to the abyss. Satan was thrown down in a world of darkness. It was void and darkness was over the surface of the deep. And the Spirit of God, the spirit of darkness, was hovering over the surface of the water because a war had taken place. So the definition for darkness, which is Chashak, the dark, hence darkness, figuratively misery, destruction, death, ignorance. Darkness is ignorance. You know what ignorance, the definition of ignorance is one without knowledge. So if you're thinking that ignorance is bliss, that's going to land your ass in the fire. Moving on.
Then we have a deal.
See, that's Agent Smith. Okay? So he's making a deal with Agent Smith. And what's the deal that he's trying to make? He's wanting to go back into the Matrix. He wants to be rich. He wants the machine to generate this fantasy story for him that's going to leave him, rich, basically.
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing.
So he wants to go back to sleep. He doesn't want to remember anything. You see, I have been awakened, folks. So Agent Smith in this particular setting is craftiness of the devil. He's a worker for the devil, a worker of iniquity. So this agent is going to put him back into a pod as you'll sit and listen.
You understand? And I want to be rich. Someone important.
Someone important, like an actor. Okay, so he's basically selling his soul back to be placed back in the Matrix, but he doesn't want to remember anything. This part of all this happens because why? Because now what he's got to do is he's got to turn on he's going to turn on those, because this is what he's got to do in order to be put back in the Matrix.
Like an actor.
Whatever you want, Mr. Regan.
Whatever you want, because the devil gives whatever you want. There is an entity that will give you what you want on this plane of existence. You speak it out into existence. There's a dark side that'll give you what you want. But you got to understand that you're given something far more than you understand, which is your soul.
Okay. I'll get my body back in a power plant. Reinsert me into the Matrix.
Reinsert me into the Matrix. So, how would I be reinserted into the Matrix? Since now I'm awake. I'm like a Neo right now. I've been awakened. I'm outside of the construct of this reality. I understand that we're spiritual beings now, trapped inside of a simulation. So how could I reinsert myself back into the Matrix? By going out to the bars and starting to drink again, starting to party again, starting to do drugs again, starting to chase after women again, maybe start banging some prostitutes or some hookers. All of that, that's how you reinsert yourself back in the Matrix. That's where he wants to go. He wants to be reinserted back into the Matrix because he likes living the fantasy. The Matrix is the lie, folks. Okay? It's not the reality of true life.
I'll get you what you want.
Access codes to the Zion mainframe.
No, I told you I don't know them.
He doesn't know them, but he knows the person who has them, which is Morpheus. So now we'll move on to the next clip. Hold on. Okay, so here we're at. I'm just going to briefly go through this with you. Okay. Keanu Reeves and his girlfriend Trinity and all of them. Notice all the names too. If you look at the cast of The Matrix. Well, look at the cast here, The Matrix. Cast for The Matrix. Look at the names. Neo, as in the brain, the mind. The Trinity, as in the Trinity God. Morpheus. Who do you think Morpheus would be in this tale? And Agent Smith, the Oracle, Cypher. These are all Bible characters, man. All of them. All these names are Bible characters, right? So, I got a couple of clips here still that I'm running through. Sorry about that. Where are you at? Give me 1 second. So now we're back at Cypher here, okay? He's made a deal with Agent Smith. Right now, Trinity and Neo and all of them, they're in the Matrix right now, okay? And they're trying to come back, right? So Cypher, he comes in. And he shoots Tank. He kills his ass. And he shoots him. Or you think that he kills him. And then he kills this guy here. Right? And then he gets on and he starts talking to Trinity here. Hold on. We'll see what she says. Now see, she's trying to get back out of the... they're trying to come back right now. But they've just killed the operators.
Cypher, where's Tank?
So he climbs up on her ass and everything, you know. He's up on top of her. He starts telling her how much he loves her and that he always thought she was so beautiful. And the whole purpose of this is that they think that Neo's the one, but this is where Cypher gets killed. He gets blown away at the end of this scene anyways. So he gets whacked by good old Tank. Tank manages to survive being shot a couple of times. And then he comes in and he kills Cypher himself. Okay, so with that, he brings him back because he's the operator and stuff. All right? So that's what we're in. We're living in this matrix, this computer simulation. Now get this, the first computer that was ever purchased, personal home computer. Check it out right here. So here I Googled how much did the first Apple home computer cost? $666.66. Okay, now if you take the number 6 and you count 6 for each letter in the alphabet, A through Z, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, all the way to A to Z. When you add the sum of the word computer, it comes to 666. So that would tie us into living in a simulation. And some people, some souls like this plane of existence. They like the matrix. They like living in this plane of existence. They like the flesh. Their immortal soul could be birthed back into this realm over and over. But this place here is a death, okay? And it's degrading, and it degrades with each, if reincarnation exists, it degrades with each rebirth into this plane of existence. And what did Ronald Reagan have to say about the governments?
Well, on this recent summit in Moscow, I was told one as we were leaving that they were telling among themselves. They had it that Gorbachev and I were in his limousine, and my Secret Service chief was in with us, and his top security agent with him, and we were sightseeing. And we came to a waterfall, and we all got out to look. And Gorbachev said to my Secret Service man, "Go ahead, jump, go over the falls." And he said, "I got a wife and 3 kids." Well, he turned to his own man then and said, "You, jump, go over the falls." And he did. Well, my man went down the rocks around the falls to see if he could be of help or anything, and found him down there wringing out his clothes. And he said, "Why did you do that?" He said, "When he told you to jump and go over the falls, why did you do that?" The fellow said, "I got a wife and 3 kids.
See, a little bitty humor for you. But to be honest with you, that wasn't the video I was looking for. Hold on.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
Here.
Is the U.S. testing this railgun worth $500 million? How it works will blow your mind. Let me explain. The railgun can fire anything at incredible speeds, giving the Navy the ability
Look at how
to
that's,
target.
you see that? That's going through targets at a level. My question to ask you is, how does this hit a target over 100 miles away if we live on a globe and there's 6,666 feet of curvature to 100 miles, and they're telling you that this thing can hit something that's 100 miles away? How can a radar work over something that's over the curvature? Because we live on a flat plane. The same as a radar on an aircraft.
It's at much greater distances than current weapons can. What sets it apart is, unlike normal firearms, railguns don't need explosive missiles, making them safer and more reliable in combat. These
See that?
railguns
You
don't
see how that thing was moving? That was moving at a flat rate. And more impressive is, how the hell were they capable of recording something like that and seeing this thing? You'd have to slow that camera down. I mean, way down. Or is it CGI? Is it even real?
need expensive ammunition, offering a much lower cost per shot. At the moment, missile shells are hollow and filled with explosives and a detonator. The risks in keeping these on a ship are too high. If anything goes wrong, they will be a bigger problem to the ship and crew than any enemy. But how does it actually work? Railguns need only a simple aerodynamic metal lump. The speed that the gun generates gives it enough force to smash through ships. These railguns still have the option to launch explosives. They'll just be
Guns of Navarone.
The Navy can't say no to railguns as they improve safety, reliability, and costs. Why is
So there you go, folks. Just a real quick, show, because it's important for you to realize the reality that we live in, and that we're living in a magic show that's being put on by a race of people, that there's billions of them. This is how they move, man. This is how they stalk you. This is how they follow you around, because it's a hive. It's like there's tentacles out there everywhere. This is why God says that you got to ask for protection, because you don't realize how evil this world is that you live in. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the show. Much love to the children that serve one God, whoever you are, black, white, indifferent, Asian. I don't care if you are. If you love the Spirit of truth, the living God, then you're my brother and sister. If you love anything other, then you're an enemy to God. That makes you an enemy to me. This is White Raptor News Ministries.